Welcome to the third resort tour here at Atlantis, Bahamas. This is a huge resort, and today is going to be the biggest hotel. Just for scale, the hotel we're looking at today, this is it. It's called the Royal. This is only half of it. This single half is bigger than both of the hotels we looked at in the past two videos combined. So this is a massive hotel. This hotel has a casino, has an archaeological Dig Aquarium, has ruins, has pools that are nearly the size of the water park we looked at in our last video, has dozens of restaurants, and has a whole village. The first thing we will see in our video is this beautiful water fountain sculpture in the massive porte cochere. So unfortunately, just in the last day, the porte cochere has undergone some refurbishment, so we can't look at it quite now. There is a bus that I haven't really mentioned that will take you between the Reef, the Cove, and the Royal, which we looked at already. And then there's one more which will take you to the two resorts behind me. It's a big place. It's a really big hotel. So before we walk in, we are being told as guests we are underwater and we are right outside the city of Atlantis. If the resort is us playing in the town, this is the Royal entryway. And of course, you can't have a Royal entry without massive, massive doors. These are not the doors that open though. These green ones are. Welcome to the Royal. So when we walk in, we are greeted by this massive rotunda with these huge fish columns. And when we look up, it is made to look like underwater. So we are looking up into the bottom of the sea. To the right here is check-in, and because of the virus, it's pretty empty. If we turn around this way, we do have a suite lounge. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm guessing maybe for conventions or something. We have over here sign up for Atlantis adventures like swimming with dolphins, snorkeling, all kinds of stuff that we will look at later today. And then coming down this way, we have the two main staircases which lead you down to the aquarium. Yes, this hotel has an aquarium. Okay, so that is the door we just entered. We're gonna turn right here, past the Atlantis Adventures, and we're gonna walk towards the Royal Towers, because this side has the least amount of stuff. But here we have the Royal East and West Towers, which are the two sides of the hotel. There is actually a bridge that connects them with a huge suite. This side also has Poseidon's Table, the restaurant, Atlantis Kids Adventures, the spa and fitness center, and a lot more. So there are shops if you want your Atlantis specific merchandise. There's spirit jerseys, a lot of different things. We have the lobby lounge. We have a bar. They're just so nice. This one is called Platos, maybe. Although I guess that would be a delta, so it would be Platos. I don't know. But we can look at like the chandeliers themselves are also beautifully themed. We have the patisserie, which replaces the Starbucks that is in the Reef and the Cove. Then coming this way, we have the Royal East Tower is this way. And this way we have the Royal West Tower. But before we get there, to the right here is Poseidon's Table, which is a big, big, big restaurant. Coming this way to one of the towers, there's a Sundries location in between. And it looks like to get to this tower, we do have to walk outside. Beautifully themed outdoor hallway. Continuing this way, we have the West Tower entrance, but it's not just that. We also have access to the different hotels, Aquaventure, the spa, the fitness center. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so we have some restrooms that way. We're now outside. So we have somehow stumbled into the back of the hotel. So we checked in and all of that stuff was over there. This is the East or West Tower. This is the bridge I was telling you about with that massive suite in the middle. And then here's the other tower here. Now just for some context, if you saw the Aquaventure video, the power tower is there. the Mayan temples here. And then this whole area here is filled with aquariums and pools. Here we actually have a pond, but if you look closely, you'll see it is a turtle pond. And it's a big one too. Okay, so this is beside this table. We're gonna stay outside and walk this way towards the center, and we'll head in there. So continuing down this way, we have more information about turtles. That's one of the things that's really cool about this hotel and this resort, is that next to all of these water features with animals in them, there's always signage explaining to what the animals are. So this hotel is themed to the Atlantis ruins. And here are some right here. So looking out this way, we will get into the Royals pools and some of its water features. We'll be looking at that a little bit later. Just beautiful. Okay, let's head back in the hotel. So before making it back to the lobby, I just wanted to point out this awesome mirror with these really, really cool seashells that are all around it. Okay, so here we are traveling outside of the west side of the lobby. You can see a little bit of the aquarium down there, a little bit of the entranceway right there. Now we are just gonna head right across. I'll preface this by saying a lot of this space is the casino, and I cannot show that for a couple reasons. One, there are smokers. Two, you can't film in a casino. Before we get there, because I can't film in there, is that there are these shops on the side, on both sides actually, that are just very nice, fancy shops. And then I will pick up on the other side of the casino where I am able to film. This is kind of a midpoint between where we just were and the casino, with beautiful paintings on the side. There's the statue, this really cool skylight above it, and then right behind it, this nice Atlantis chair photo op. In the casino, there are some restaurants. This is called Aura, which is a kind of restaurant, kind of nightclub, and then next to it is Nobu, which is a famous Japanese restaurant. Coming outside of the fairly large casino, there was no one playing, and thank goodness no one was smoking. We have restrooms, and then this really cool crystalline sculpture, and some restrooms on either side. So coming up the stairs from the sculpture, we then walk into this circle space with a lot of nice shops. There's a Michael Kors and a Rolex shop, and then out here there's another entrance. And this is kind of the end of this hotel, but we missed a lot on the inside. I do have to mention kind of the flair of this hotel if you haven't figured it out. So if the other two that we've looked at, the Reef and the Cove, those are more the modern ones. This is more of the ornate, the whimsical, the furnished, the detailed. This is what gives Atlantis its name. When we come down the stairs here, before we go back into the casino, if we make a left here and head outside, we actually head to a lot of the restaurants that are still part of this hotel. So this out here is still part of Nobu, the Japanese restaurant. And you'll notice this doesn't look like a hotel anymore. This looks like a marina, and that's because it is. So this is not owned by Atlantis, but over here, that one is. And we'll be looking at that a little later. So coming around the side, you can see these big stone columns. Big windows. So over here we have a deli. Over here there's a pizza store. And coming this way, we kind of reach the end of this part of the hotel. So turning around, we can actually see the hotel behind us. So we started at that high point at the midpoint of the hotel at the lobby. We went all the way that way, came back a little bit. That circular dome right there, that's the lobby. So the point between that circular dome and really right about here is the casino. It's a very big casino. Right here, this is another hotel here at Atlantis. This is either the Coral or the Beach, I'm not quite sure. Coming this way is part of the Atlantis complex. I'm just gonna include it in this video because this is just closest geographically to this hotel. This is the Marina Village. What makes this nice is geography to the hotels. There's a bus stop that will drop you off right here. Perfectly on cue. but also all of these places, in addition to taking cash and card, they will take your room key as well, which is nice. Now at night, I'm sure you can imagine this place is very, very popping. A lot of people here. I did see a parade actually right here a couple nights ago. Right here, that is right there. And we are right now just here in the beginning. It goes all the way down here towards Carmine's. Coming around this way, they have a steakhouse. Of course they have a Starbucks. They need a Starbucks. Every resort has a Starbucks. I will just say how startling it is to see this empty. One of the weirdest things is that right here is probably the most busy part of the entire village. And that's because in this corner at night, a band plays. So coming around here, we can see just a little bit more of where we were, the hotel, a lot of resort wear. My sister really likes these stores. This one my sister really liked as well, the Yacht Company. Coming down this way at the end, there's a burger shack. And over here is Carmine's, which we went to on our first night. And it's definitely the biggest restaurant here. If you look at the map, you can just see how big the footprint of this place is. Okay, so we are now getting back here towards the end of the Marina Village and the side of the Reef Resort. So what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of time, I'm going to magically teleport us all the way over there to the lobby, because we've seen basically everything between us and the lobby. Okay, here we are back in the lobby, and we're gonna head down the stairs now. We've done everything we can do on this upper floor. We're gonna head down the stairs because there's a lot of stuff down here, including outside, which we haven't even looked at yet, the back of the resort. We got a brief view in the beginning. But as you come down the stairs, you're immediately greeted with a huge, huge, huge aquarium. And yes, you can pay extra and snorkel inside of this. You can see the photo spot. But coming down this way, there are these beautiful ruins and awesome photo locations of fish. Oh, speaking of snorkelers and scuba divers, this is so cool. This guy looks like he works here. So the Dig is on this side, and it is the walk-through aquarium exhibit of the Atlantis Resort. And what's cool is it's completely different at night, getting to see how they light this up. Here is the Dig. This is actually the back entrance of it. So the real entrance to this faces Aquaventure. So we are getting the backwards view of it. So this is a really cool exhibit. Last night we were here, we saw one of the lobsters actually bite off another lobster's tail. One thing that's really cool with this is the perspective shift. So as you get closer, you can see a lot more, obviously, but then as you turn, it almost looks like you're looking at a TV screen or a 2D surface. Right? This is the crazy thing. You can see all these lobsters just right above you, ready to fall. They do have these small individual things that have like these, which has coral fish, or over here, which has different types of small fish, but it all surrounds this big aquarium that we looked at the entrance. Coming along this way, we have these cool looking fake hieroglyphs, and this is just another view into this massive, massive, massive snorkeling tank. And then coming this way, we have this really cool illuminated pond that looks awesome at night. This they make look purple. It's kind of looking purple on the screen, but during the daytime, it doesn't quite look like this. These fish, I don't know if I can describe how big they are. I'm just gonna put my hand right here. And this is, 2 feet, 3 feet in front of it. This fish is huge. Oh, here's that lighting effect again. Coming this way. Wow, this is beautiful. This is the touch tank. This is literally what we were warned about in Finding Dory. Over here is a gift shop that we'll just peer into briefly. Nice aquarium here. This has plush, just generic Atlantis merchandise. And of course, an aquarium in the gift shop. Now this is awesome. Looks like one of the lights isn't working. It's kind of giving us an eerie flicker. They're just kind of floating. This one might be asleep. Very cool. Now coming out this way, we just saw the gift shop, which is on one side. Looks like this exhibit is closed for renovation. Probably the smallest tanks. We can see some coral growing. Now coming this way, we see more of the big tank. Coming down this way, you can see there's not really many lights in this site. It's mostly lit up by the light from the sunlight and from the aquarium, which is awesome. Now coming into this way, we see another side of the gift shop on this side, but this is really cool, and especially at night, this was epic. It's like a bubbling caldera element that's using water fog, water-based fog, to illuminate. And this really cool hanging object with this ceiling. And around us are these creatures that are hung up on the wall. So headed back this way, here we have the aquarium. And then coming out this way, we're nearing the end. This part's really cool. It's a curved wall looking into the aquarium, and then right above, you can actually see the Royal Hotel, which we were looking at. You have this big room at the end where you can look further into the massive, massive snorkel area. And here there's a big, big prop of stairs. So we started right here at the porte cochere into the center. We went this way towards the middle, then we went out a little bit, came back in, went through the casino, through the crystal shops, went through the Marina village and back through the casino, went all the way under here through this architectural area. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on top of it, because there is another site called the Ruins, which we are going to look at. So heading back into the Dig, here is the actual entrance of it. This brings us up to the Ruins walk, which is really cool because basically what it is it is the second floor of the tunnels we just walked on. And this just shows you how big that tank is. It's really big. It goes all the way back there past that bridge, all the way this way, all the way towards the main lobby. It's really, really huge. Actually, it keeps going because the lobby is right here. So we're just standing in the middle of it right now. And we'll just walk up here for a little bit, because as cool as it is to look down at fish, it is much more fun to be down there at their level and look around. But here it's neat because there are signs that tell you what fish you're looking at. So here, manta rays are in this section. This was that really cool ceiling above the weird creatures. What we're actually gonna do is head out this way towards the pools and look at those. Before we even get to the pool, here is a massive inlet beach. So earlier we were looking at this fountain from right up there, and this is just such a beautiful view. Here you can see both the east and west sides of the Royal Hotel. Not even the whole thing, it keeps going all the way down there. And now let's turn around, because this is what we're looking at. There are a lot of pools here. These, compared to the other locations like the reef and the cove and even the coral and the beach over there, these are very angular, because these are royal, these are regal, so they're very geometric shapes. This is the end of the Aquaventure water park right there. That has the Leap of Faith, which you can kind of see peering out over the edge. So that means the Royal starts right there. So let's walk over to the Mayan temple and just walk the edge. So we were looking at this really big pool that's here for the Royal, and you can see it's pretty empty, not just because it's the morning, but because of the virus. Not many people are here. So we are coming upon an incredibly scenic view. Look at this. This is the money shot right here. Okay, so coming around this way, this is that cay or cove we were talking about. We're gonna take a bridge over. There are a lot of bridges in this resort. So walking around here, we do have a nurse station outside. there is a Shark Bites, which is a lunch eatery. This inlet appears to feed directly into the ocean. We'll get a better view over this bridge here. And this way we can see the coral and the beach hotels. Looking out, you can see the casino is that big structure over there, the lobby right here, and then the hotel right there. We have now walked all the way from the hotel past the pool, and now we're headed to the beach. But there are some restaurants over here as well that I'm going to struggle to find. Over here, it looks like there's a Quick Bites restaurant. There's soft pretzels. We head out this way. A big retaining wall over here. So here you can see this is definitely a lot bigger than the beaches for the cove and the reef. Okay, so headed back towards the hotel. This was that one restaurant. So this marks the end of our tour of the Royal Hotel. As you can see, it is a massive, massive property. It takes up a lot of space with a bunch of pools, a dolphin cove, a beach, a casino, a village, and 2 huge towers with a bridge. This is the iconic hotel here at Atlantis. When it opened, this was all it was. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out the other videos of the other hotels and the water park, and the next one will be for the coral and beach hotels. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.